Smartphones evolved from basic mobile phones in the early 2000s. The first smartphone was the IBM Simon, released in 1992. Android and iOS dominate the smartphone operating system market. Apple's iPhone introduced the App Store in 2008, revolutionizing apps. The term smartphone was first coined in 1995 by Ericsson. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra has a 108MP camera, setting a record. In 2021, global smartphone shipments exceeded 1.3 billion units. The first touchscreen smartphone was the IBM Simon, but it had no physical buttons. The Nokia 3310 is renowned for its durability and long battery life. 5G smartphones offer significantly faster internet speeds than 4G. Their average smartphone contains more computing power than the computers used for the Apollo 11 moon landing. The first commercial mobile phone call was made in 1973 by Martin Cooper. The term emoji originated in Japan and means picture character. The BlackBerry was a popular smartphone brand known for its QWERTY keyboard. The first camera in a smartphone was in the Kyocera Visual Phone VP210, released in 1999. In 2020, over 3.5 billion people own smartphones globally. The iPhone 11 Pro introduced the night mode feature for low-light photography. The first smartphone with a fingerprint sensor was the Motorola Atrix in 2011. The term phablet refers to a smartphone with a large screen, typically over 5 inches. The BlackBerry was the first smartphone to introduce push email services. The world's first smartphone with a color display was the Ericsson R380 in 2000. The Motorola Dynatac, released in 1984, was the first commercially available mobile phone. The term selfie was Oxford Dictionary's word of the year in 2013. The first smartphone with a dual camera setup was the HTC M8 in 2014. The concept of smartphones was predicted in the 1979 film Star Trek: The Motion Picture. The first smartphone with an OLED display was the Samsung Galaxy S in 2010. The iPhone X was the first iPhone to feature facial recognition technology. The term retina display was coined by Apple to describe screens with pixel density high enough for the individual pixels to be indistinguishable at a typical viewing distance. The first mobile phone to use a rechargeable battery was the Motorola MicroTac in 1989. The term app is short for application and gained popularity with smartphones. The Nokia 1100 is the best-selling mobile phone of all time, with over 250 million units sold. The first phone with a built-in MP3 player was the Nokia 5510 in 2001. The concept of a mobile phone with internet capabilities was first discussed in 1979. The first smartphone with a built-in camera was the Kyocera Visual Phone VP210 in 1999. The HTC Dream was the first phone to run on the Android operating system. The first smartphone with a full-color touchscreen was the Ericsson R380 in 2000. The term jailbreaking refers to the process of removing restrictions on iOS devices to allow the installation of unauthorized software. The first phone with a touchscreen interface was the IBM Simon in 1992. The LG Prada was the first phone to feature a capacitive touchscreen. The Nokia 8110 gained fame as the banana phone in the movie The Matrix. The first phone with a built-in GPS receiver was the Siemens SXG75 in 2005. The term smartphone addiction is used to describe excessive use leading to negative effects on daily life. The iPhone 4 introduced the Retina display with a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch. The first smartphone with a 1080p display was the HTC J Butterfly in 2012. The term phubbing refers to the act of snubbing someone in favor of a phone. The Motorola Razr was the best-selling clamshell phone, with over 130 million units sold. The first phone with a built-in camera phone was the Sharp J4 in 2000. The term emoji originated from the Japanese words picture and moji, character. The first mobile phone call was made by Martin Cooper on a Motorola Dynatac in 1973. The term phablet is a combination of phone and tablet.